Hello, my fellow patriots. So let's just go ahead and jump on the bandwagon and talk about good old Hunter Biden. Now, for those of you out there who have been living under a rock for the past week and don't know anything about old Joe Biden's son, there was a laptop released, that was given to the FBI from a computer repair shop owner, which has some very incriminating evidence on it. The computer repair shop owner made a copy of the hard drive and sent it to Rudy Giuliani and the New York Post. It details and some emails that were recovered, a lot of, backdoor BS going on, a lot of proof that Joe Biden's been lying, which isn't a shock, for the past who knows how long, how many years, saying he didn't know anything about his son's dealings in Ukraine, and these emails kind of prove that, yeah, he did know. He got a piece of the money from it. He even met with the leaders of these places in Ukraine. He knew. But he's claimed numerous times that he hasn't. He doesn't know what's going on. He hasn't asked his son about it. He's full of crap. There's also supposedly some things going on with China as well, not just Ukraine. China has come out and said they have like 3 hard drives worth of incriminating evidence against Biden as well. Hunter Biden. Now, all this is ranging from, pictures of him with drug paraphernalia to claims of him engaging in adult activities with minors. Now, I watched a video last night before I went to sleep claiming that the Chinese have these videos and that it is with very young girls, and that he supposedly, allegedly, is not only engaging in, adult activities, but also, according to the Chinese source, torturing them, treating them less than humans. Now, if this is true, this is one of the biggest scandals in U.S. history. I mean, Joe Biden's been in office for 47 years? Or if you listen to him, 180 years he's been in, office. But if this is true, this is going to be a huge, huge bombshell. And they said the biggest is yet to come. They're going to release a huge piece of incriminating evidence 10 days before the election. So that's going to be around about the 24th-ish. So, I guess we, have to see what they have, because they've already released a bunch of stuff, and it's very, very incriminating. And there's a lot of people, of course, CNN, it's all fake, it's all fake, it's all fake. But one of the biggest incriminating things is not only just the pictures that they have of him, but the very fact that Hunter Biden's lawyer requested the laptop back from the computer shop owner. If that was not indeed Hunter's computer, why would his lawyer request it back? If it wasn't Hunter's computer, the lawyer could not request it back because it wasn't his property. Now, it wasn't his property anymore. He dropped it off because it got supposedly wet, and he wanted the, computer shop to repair it. He forgot about it. The shop owner said that they tried to contact him numerous times at the number that he left on the paperwork. No response. Nobody ever came back to pick it up. After 90 days, it legally became the property of the repair shop. So, legally, it was his computer now. And that includes everything on it. Now, I have no idea what's on it. I've just seen, where a few of the emails have been released and some of the pictures of him with drug paraphernalia, and there's supposedly a video on there of him engaging in adult activities with a woman, not a minor, but, an adult. But China is claiming that they have a bunch of videos with him with underage girls. And his father knew of all this. I'm not sure about the underage girl thing, but all of his dealings with Ukraine and his dealings, with the business side of China, Joe Biden knew about all of it. He even took a cut of the money. Now, I guess we'll just go ahead and read through this story about, from CNN. I mean, it's... Nobody believes his... Keep it PG for YouTube. But let's just say nobody really believes him. He's out of his mind. Last week, the New York Post published a dubious story about Hunter Biden, the son of Democratic presidential nominee and former Vice President Joe Biden. The Post story claims Hunter Biden helped arrange a meeting between Joe Biden and an executive at a Ukraine energy company, Burisma, in April 2015. Emails show that he did. The series of stories contained hacked materials and personal email addresses. It wasn't hacked. It was on the computer, which became the property of the computer shop owner after 90 days when Hunter did not come back to pick it up. So no, they're not hacked. So Twitter initially prevented people from posting links to the article, sending it via direct message and retweeting it. Yeah, because Twitter isn't, biased in any way at all against the Republicans, are they? So, no. They wouldn't initially restrict anybody from posting the link or anything, would they? No, because, that would be implicating against Hunter and Joe, wouldn't it? CNN's chief media correspondent Brian Stelter noted on reliable sources Sunday, "We are not talking about fully reliable sources here," referring to the New York Post story. You can't really get any more reliable than the actual emails themselves. Yet the story behind the story is a familiar one. The Post said it was tipped off to the story by a former Trump administration staffer and former head of Breitbart, Steve Bannon. A hard drive containing the emails was supplied by former New York Mayor and Trump lawyer Rudy Giuliani, according to the Post. Giuliani, incidentally, has openly coordinated with a known Russian agent to promote disinformation about the Bidens. Now, he neither confirmed nor denied it, but he didn't say, yes, he did. So, that right there is him making it so. Yeah. A former producer of Sean Hannity's Fox News show co-wrote some of the stories for the Post. Giuliani then went on Fox News to discuss the story, and President Donald Trump has been tweeting and discussing it for days. CNN hasn't been able to authenticate emails, and the New York Post declined to comment. Of course. Why wouldn't they decline to comment to CNN? All CNN is going to do is just spin it around, as they always do with everything, and make it seem like the New York Post is just an uncredible news source. It's just another little tabloid thing, like the National Enquirer. UFOs, they ate my husband, they replaced him, blah, blah, blah. That's stupid crap. So no, they're not going to comment. Why would they? This is a classic example of the right-wing media machine, Stelter said. Fox and Trump have this in common. They want you to stay mad and stay tuned. Just like CNN wants you to stay uninformed of the truth. The story is a manufactured scandal, Stelter said, meant to feed whataboutism, an opportunity for the right-wing media to shift the conversation from Trump's record to Biden's. What about Trump's record? Trump has a damn good record, okay? If they're talking about his taxes and stuff, or his debts he owes, Trump is a businessman. He is a billionaire. Sometimes businesses fail. They don't go as planned. He's also basically a daggone realtor. Sometimes things don't go exactly as planned. You need money to fix up old buildings, this, that, and the other thing. You have mortgages and stuff. Of course he's going to be in debt. I have a mortgage. I'm in debt. Most people in America are in debt. Generally, the more money you have, the more in debt you are. The strategy is to deflect attention to attack the opponent, and the same propaganda pipeline is there all the same, said Yochai Benkler. A professor at Harvard Law School told Stelter on reliable sources Sunday, yet they won't reveal what the sources are. The sources that Trump and everybody else has are the actual emails themselves. Yet these people have reliable sources that they refuse to say what they are. There's probably some crazy homeless dude living down the daggone street that they asked about, and he claims to know it because of the little antenna that the government implanted in his head, and he picked up the transmissions. These people are insane. Winkler noted that when Hillary Clinton's emails and the FBI investigation into her handling of classified information that ultimately recommended no charges, and the Clinton Foundation became the subject of right-wing media talking points, serious journalists dug into her emails. How could they dig into her emails? She deleted them all. But supposedly, they recovered some of them. But according to her, they were just about yoga classes and all this other BS. If they were really just about that, why did she delete them? Why did she scrub the hard drives? I think this time, unlike what we saw with Clinton, where serious journalists fell for the ban and produced Clinton Foundation nonsense trivially, where serious journalists dug into the emails, and Gallup shows us the only thing people thought about when they thought about Clinton was emails and foundation, Winkler said. Well, duh. That was a huge scandal in itself, just like Russiagate. Now it's been proven that it's all a bunch of daggone lies, and that Clinton and everybody involved with it was the ones that was colluding with Russia, not Trump. Trump just asked a daggone question about Biden and Ukraine and stuff, and turns out, guess what? It's true. Right-wing media is trying for the same strategy as Election Day grows closer. But unlike previous closing argument stories, the media has largely ignored the Post's Hunter Biden story. No, the media world hasn't. It's been suppressed. And most of the media world is left-wing. So, naturally, they're not going to report on it. Or, when they do, they just report it as nonsense. That is fake news. No. They're so confident that the story is just going to be too much fun for serious journalists not to pick up, Binkler said. They're trying to produce it now, but the media at the moment, major professional media, doesn't seem to be falling for it. No, they're on damage control, which is why CNN's trying so hard to make it seem like nobody's covering it and trying to cover it like it's just fake news and that it's false information. Just more lies from the right-wing media. Yeah, okay. If China comes out with those 3 hard drives worth of incriminating evidence, I'm sure their CNN's going to come up and say, "Oh, it's fake. It's fake. It's doctored. It's not him. It's just somebody who looks like him." Anything to try to keep the daggone attention off of the Bidens and onto Trump. Anything. That might be because the details of the story here have been denied by a credible former Joe Biden staffer and the Biden campaign. Joe Biden doesn't have any credible staffers. Joe Biden is corrupt as corrupt can get. That includes all of his staffers and everybody that went along with it because they were included too. So no, I'm sorry, none of them can be trusted. And U.S. authorities are investigating whether the emails are part of an ongoing Russian disinformation effort. When are they going to stop with this Russia crap? It has been proven time and time again. It's fake. But yet these people just will not stop. They're losing all their credibility, what little bit they have left, by still screaming Russia. These people are insane. It doesn't help that the source of the story is truly bizarre. A laptop repairman in Delaware claims he copied the emails from what he says was Hunter Biden's laptop after a person claiming to be Hunter Biden brought it into the shop of April 2019. That's who it was. The dude said he remembers him. He says he can recognize him, and it's Hunter's damn signature on the paperwork. The repairman has contradicted himself several times in interviews. The Post reported the repairman couldn't positively identify the customer's Hunter Biden, and says someone claiming to be Biden brought it in. From what I seen the other day, he said he can. Stetler called the Post story political entertainment, written by a newspaper run by Rupert Murdoch and promoted by another Murdoch property, Fox News, which Delta called a producer of this serialized drama. Ann Applebaum, staff writer at The Atlantic and author of Twilight of Democracy, The Seductive Lure of Authoritarianism, noting that Joe Biden's legacy in Ukraine is about promoting democracy, rule of law, and creating a better legal system, said, "There's no there there." Hunter Biden received millions of dollars. He got elected to a very, very high level of authority of some energy company for which he knows absolutely nothing about. Which also, he doesn't even speak their language. So why are they going to hire someone to be a very high-ranking authority figure in a company for which they don't even speak the same language, let alone he knows absolutely nothing about what the company does? I mean, that's like hiring a computer technician to run a daggone bakery or something. I mean, come on. Hunter Biden has in the past admitted to poor judgment about his ties to Burisma. Conservative media might have another reason to push the Hunter Biden story, notes the Daily Beast's editor-in-chief Noah Schachtman, and it has little to do with Trump winning re-election. Last week, the Daily Beast reported that Murdoch is predicting a landslide win for Biden. So why run the Biden story if they think Trump's election chances are doomed? They're not. They are positioning themselves for the next few years where they can be the kind of conservative resistance to Biden. You know, this is It's CNN. So I mean, need I say more? And it's daggone Brian Stelter. I mean, the guy is off his rocker. He has pushed fake news. I don't know how much. I mean, this is it's actually laughable. It really is. It is laughable. You can't go against the evidence. You know, I fully believe that Hunter brought in a laptop to be repaired. The boy's filthy rich, so instead of waiting for, the month or a few weeks, whatever it's going to take, he just says screw it and went out and bought another laptop, and that was that. He probably didn't think that they could get into it and find all this information and stuff, or he was just, forgot about it. You can't go against blatant evidence from reliable sources you claim to have, but refuse to say who they are. No, this crap doesn't work. But hey, that's just my take on things. Take things with a grain of salt. Do your own research, America. Don't just believe me. Definitely don't believe CNN on this crap. They're just in damage control. But this video is probably going on quite a bit longer than I really wanted it to, but I just figured I'd get my take in on things. Like I said, jump on the bandwagon. That's what all the other places are reporting. It's kind of a reason I didn't, but, hey, why not? It's been a little bit of a slow couple of days, except for, Orange Man bad stuff. Typical. But anyway, that's just my opinion on things. And do your own research, America. Stay vigilant, and I'll see you in the next video.